Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, let me turn you off the phone. I'm gonna turn this phone completely down. Okay, can you hear me from the live stream? Oh, well, hold on. Now I done hung you up on the phone. I can't hear you. I can't hear anything. I can see you, but I can't hear anything. Let me try something real quick. Can you hear me, Gerard? I mean, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Well, I can't hear you. That's bad. Well, I'm not able to hear you. I can see you, but I'm not able to hear you. I know I'm live, but I'm not able to hear you. So I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, you probably don't hear me because I'm not active the live stream yet.
Oh, hold on. What I gotta do to add you to the live stream? I'm looking. Oh, okay, there you go.
Can you hear me? My.
Just from the phone. I'm not able to hear you from my.
Hold on.
But the phone. And I don't know how to sound.
I know they could hear me right now because I hear myself.
Okay, I hear you from this phone, but not from my auxiliary speaker. And I don't like the way it sounds.
Yeah, they hear me. They could hear me now.
So what we're gonna have to do is cancel it till tomorrow. With schedule, because I mean, I need to be able to hear that live feed, not a delay, because it
Yeah, you're good though. You're good.
So
big shout out to everyone watching. It's Jerome Point. We're here, try to figure the technical issues out. Glad to be here though. Even though you don't hear me.
What you saying?
Can you hear me?
I'm on my phone. I can hear you from a phone.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that it's a pleasure to be here, man. Even though we have like technical issues.
Yeah, we do have some technical. I don't know why I can't hear you from my auxiliary. It's the same auxiliary I talk for the prisoners from. So I done talked to you from this before. So I don't know.
But can you hear me now?
No, I'm on my headphones on my phone. That's all.
No, I'm saying like can you hear me on your phone?
Yeah.
They could hear me on the TV right now.
Okay, what I'm saying is, I mean, like if I don't know how it would work like this. I don't know if it's a big delay.
Nah, I hear you just perfect with no delay right now. It's perfect.
The lighting is bad, so I mean, if we can carry on, it's fine. But I don't know how it sounds to the public.
No, it sounds perfect. I just check it out. I check the sound, and it sounds perfect for the public. Though I think we'll be fine because you could hear me on real time, and they could hear me on real time, and I could hear you in real time.
Okay, that's cool, dude.
Let's see if we get anyone in here, and
we'll check with somebody out there to see how it sounds.
Let's see. Let's see if we get anyone here. Hold on. Let me see. We got 4 people watching right now. 4 people watching. Big shout out to everyone. It's Jerome Point and Speak Van Holden. We are live right now on YouTube. Try to figure it out, the technical difficulties. But if everything pans out just fine, we should have a goodie though. We should have a goodie. Let's see. You see, I'm gonna have to like I'll probably go live on my channel later on because I won't be able to go live because I'm using the phone for you to hear me.
Yeah.
So yeah, we good. Let's see if we got anybody on the chat. Big shout out to everyone watching. It's Jerome Point at Speakbank Holdings. We're about to have a goodie. Yeah, I could hear myself perfect though. Like they could hear me like real time, and they could hear you and hear me on real time as we speak. I did share the live stream, so hopefully we should get some people here pretty soon. That'll be good. You actually made another live stream, right?
Yeah, probably
Yeah, you
about.
made like three different three different new live streams.
But I forgot to put the phone on do not disturb. I think somebody called. I probably been talking for about 20 minutes and didn't even know it. It probably didn't capture you.
So to warm up, how about if you update me on what's going on in that case that you handle in
Okay, can you hear me pretty good?
yeah, I could hear you perfect.
Well, what's going on? I found on January the 22nd, I filed a motion for new trial for Omni Williams. And the purpose of filing that motion for new trial is so when you file a direct appeal, it gives you the power to bring things inside of the courtroom that's not on the record where you can use for appeal. That's a different way you can preserve something that didn't happen in a courtroom. And today I also sent an email to the court administrator to bring that motion to the judge's attention. It's not enough just to file the motion. It has to be brought to the judge's attention. But after a certain period of
Mm.
time, by operation of law, if the judge does not schedule a hearing and rule on it, it becomes denied. But at some point, you need to have proof that you brought it to the judge's attention so you can use it on direct appeal. But not only that, I'm already planning on filing the writ habeas corpus to attack the conviction. So it wouldn't matter if how that turned out. No way, the writ of habeas corpus is a post collateral attack. It's totally something different from the appeal. So at that point, we're looking pretty good now. $35.
Current, right?
They was offering her 15. She refused to take it.
Wow. And then give it 30. Wow.
But before the jury came in on January 18th, 2024, before they finished the trial, they tried to trick her into signing a document that's saying that she cannot attack her conviction on appeal. She refused to sign it. And her lawyer tried to help her, tried to trick her into signing. So that right there lets you know that that's inconsistent with her attorney-client privilege and inconsistent with her due process right to attack the conviction.
Hmm. That's very interesting though, cause that sound like full collaboration between the
They don't
defense
want nobody.
the defense team and the prosecution right there.
They working together. They already know that the majority, pretty much all the inmates down there, they ignorant of the law, don't understand. The only reason why she didn't sign it, I told her what to look for. And she read the document and she knew not to sign it.
So what's the merits? What's the merits in that case? Like, because the little bit that I have heard, like watching your videos, it sounds more here like hearsay, like just we having what a concerned grandmother is bringing to the table.
Well, it's not the grandmama, it's Omni mother, whom Omni been in a.
But that'll be the grandma of the victim, right? Of the alleged victim.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The
So
grandma.
it's the grandma of the victim, mother of the perpetrator.
Yeah, the grandmama already acknowledged it never happened. That the mother of Omni Williams, who made up the allegation, is just making it up. She coached the daughter from 11 years old all the way up to 15 to life. See, people don't understand. They have this thing called crime victim fund. You bring an allegation against somebody, you convict them, you get money. So that's an incentive. And the bottom line is that every witness that the prosecutor had for the children for alliance and other, they was all incompetent, inadmissible evidence, but the attorney just stood there all throughout the 2 days. I say 2-day trial, even though it's 3 days with the jury. But with the evidence submission, he just asked 3 questions, and they was of no substance.
So the victim went to court. The victim made a statement on her mother.
Yes.
And did she testify at all? Like, did they brought her to testify against her mother?
Well, the alleged victim, which is the daughter, did testify. I wasn't in the courtroom because I was supposed to be a witness. When you're testifying, you can't be in the courtroom. They invoked the rule, so you can't be in there to build on the evidence.
Yeah, for privacy of the victim.
Well, so you cannot try to build on your testimony. So, but the thing about it is, it's just he say, she say stuff. But think about it. If this happened back in 2020 of March, why are you now just bringing charges in 2022? So the victim from 2020 to 2024, it don't make sense. So Armin Williams freely talked to the detective who did a video interview. After the interview, he didn't arrest her. So once they started, the basic line is here. There's absolutely no evidence other than what the mother said, but the mother didn't testify. The prosecutor would not put the mother on stand because all her statements, the written statements, conflict. They make up. So when Armin was pointing this out to her attorney, when they got the discovery 5 days before trial, he talked about, well, I don't know. He never did challenge that in court.
So my question is, did the defense team even try to cross-examine the victim?
Well, they crossed it. I wasn't in there once again, but from the first day of the trial, whatever cross-examination he did, it's really irrelevant because number one, he never discussed the strategy. He never investigated the facts because the grandmother, I uploaded a video. She said nobody talked to her. This alleged incident is supposed to happen at her house. Nobody talked to her. Nobody got a statement from her. And I said, if you could testify, if you had to say something about this, what would you say? She would say she didn't do this. She don't think she did it. And her mother made it up. And the fact that the lawyer never tried to talk to this woman and get her to try to testify, me and her father, that's ineffective assistance of counsel. That's a guaranteed reversal on appeal or writ of habeas corpus. This is why they was trying to trick her into signing the fact that once you're convicted, you can't challenge this. You can't bring in no more evidence. You just
can't challenge this ruling. Yeah.
Who would do that? Why would a prosecutor and the defendant attorney attempt this?
Yeah, but that's like a trap. That's a straight trap because right there, what they're trying to do is like knowing that this could be reversed, knowing that it's a possibility there. They just try to
no, it's not a possibility. It's a guarantee.
Oh, guarantee. So you see
those errors. It's not like, that's why I say when you're dealing with the law, once you don't do this, this is a guarantee. It's a guarantee. It's not it's a guarantee.
So that means that they know it's a guarantee also. So purposely they literally try to trap the lady to not have a second chance in court.
Yeah, and think about it. You go to trial with your attorney. Why would your attorney work with the DA to say, hey, you cannot challenge no evidence, you can't bring in new evidence? What attorney does that to their client? That's somebody that got something to hide, because the whole basis of this trial is that the attorney all along has refused to represent Armin Williams. That's a deprivation. That's a deprivation of counsel, period. It's called constructive denial of effective assistance of counsel.
Yeah, no, and you see, being in a situation that the person that's supposed to be defending you is not even trying. Like,
Yeah,
well, I could only imagine the trauma and the stress that the lady's going through in jail right now. Well, I see, right now in prison, right? Did they transfer already to prison?
no, no. Let me. That's what I want to explain. When she was convicted and sentenced on January the 18th, they won't transfer you to prison until after your notice of appeal. You got 30 days in Texas to file a notice of appeal. So she put in for a notice of appeal. I told her put in notice of appeal yesterday.
Yeah,
Um, and I also told her, because the reason why I told her put the notice of appeal, they have this portal where they use tablets. They have no way of really keeping unless it's on a tablet. But
right.
I looked online where they send stuff out. You can still see it. That's not on a regular docket. But at the same time, I told her to send me a letter to her lawyer so I can scan it, send it through the email, telling him to perfect her appeal. That's to protect it. That way, the lawyer never say, "I didn't know she didn't want to appeal." That's the whole thing. See, when they convicted, it's up to the lawyer to file an appeal. They can send the lawyer letters all day long, but they don't have no type certified copies of that letter that they actually asked for the appeal. So as time go on, it's hard to get these cases overturned. So when I'm working with somebody in real time, I tell them do this, and send it to me. So I have it in real time. So when I attack it, I know step by step what to do.
Bro, and you do this all pro bono, huh?
Well, you asked the trick question. Yes, it's pro bono.
Hold on. The wink.
Well, it's pro bono. I mean, like I said, I told her, I said, I can help you, but your letters to me must be coherent and you must follow my instructions. See, if you, some other people up in there, they send me letters, they was not coherent. They left out a lot of information. So I had to just toss that to the side because at a minimum, you locked up, you're not doing anything. At a minimum, get with somebody and write a coherent letter. You know, the people I'm helping up in there, get with them, get their format. If you can't do that, it's nothing I can do for you.
Yeah, they got to do their own side of the deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it's so much that you could do.
I'm one person.
Yeah, they have to do their, you know, they got to look
Yeah,
after their own freedom. Because if, for example, right, you put all the heavy work making the argument, probably I don't know if you have to pay some kind of amount of money
and
to
look,
to put your
I don't,
motions in. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
don't know if you noticed in Texas last few couple of weeks, last week, couple of weeks, we've been having 20, 18, 17, 14-degree weather out here. Okay,
yeah.
so I'll literally go out when it's 14, 15, 16 degrees and walk up the street, catch the train, walk to the courthouse, which I didn't mind doing, but I'm just saying, yeah, I could have called an Uber. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I could have drove my car, but I needed to exercise. But I'm just saying, that's what I'm facing. And I couldn't let the weather stop me from executing what I needed to execute.
No, you a soldier, man. You get things handled. You know, you handle business, and you make sure that you take care of you with what you got going on. I actually, big shout outs to you, man. Like, you're doing a great job for the community. You're actually getting in touch and doing a hell of a job, man. Not just in true crime, as a true crime analysis and commentator, but also with the community, man. You're doing a very good impact and helping, and that's big ups to you, brother.
Okay, thank you.
So let's get back let's go to the meats and potatoes. Kohberger had shared with the public, with the people, the him and Ann Taylor be nothing but complicit with the prosecution. What you take? I mean, we already have spoke about these plenty, but for those that haven't listened to those great conversations, and the public, the viewers here in YouTube, I know we mentioned it before, that it seems that Ann Taylor is in bed with the prosecution, and really not pushing forward, looking after the rights and that the Constitution provide to a defendant. How you feel about those statements and now wanting all motions to be unsealed?
I think it's a little bit too late because number one, as a defense, you do not get along with the prosecutor unless you get something. You don't play nice with the prosecutor to defend your client, because to do that, that means that y'all have some type of understanding that your defendant, that your client don't understand. So that's something that should never have happened. But like I said, it happened by design. As of today, nobody, the public, no one outside of that defense team in that courtroom that's private to that information know exactly what Dylan Morton said to the police and what's in the police report, what Bethany Funk said that's in the police report. We don't know. We don't even know who they say was arrived at that scene that contaminated the scene. So as you can see, this is by design, because like I said, don't no intelligent, experienced criminal defense attorney waive a speedy preliminary hearing for discovery, because discovery, all they have to do is just give you a police report, and they didn't even want to give you that, because the police reports would have told you what Bethany Funk and Dylan Morrison said. So we already know that for a preliminary hearing, they don't have to give you nothing, to be honest with you. So I didn't know.
So in other words, Aunt Taylor really didn't need full discovery. She really didn't.
She didn't need any discovery. Not no. She wouldn't have got full discovery. No way. Okay. In every state you go to, the prosecution is only have to give you the bare minimum, because it's not a trial. Because hearsay is admissible. She didn't need any evidence. Only thing they had to do is give her a police report. She knew that. She didn't want. Look. She's down with covering this up, man.
Do you think she actually purposely opened the doors for indictment? And actually they indict this guy right before he was about to be allowed to get bonded out of jail, or to at least being able to have a bond.
Well, the thing about it is
I think that was dirty, though, if you ask me.
He wouldn't have got a bond no way in Idaho, Moscow, for murder, first degree murder. He wouldn't have got a bond no way. All right. The problem is that had it went to the speedy preliminary hearing, he could have attacked what Dylan Morrison said. How you come? Was it me? Did it look like me? Did it look like my client? The problem is this whole thing is going to be played out to where you don't understand. It's a sham, man. It's a sham. It's just a sham.
They make this guy look guilty very good, though. They actually literally like without a trial, like if you ask me, is a good 75% of people, the majority over there, and over here in the true crime streets, it's a good 75% of people that believe this guy is guilty, though.
I'm with him.
No, yeah, I know you one of them. Like you actually put your channel in the middle and everything over here.
Yeah, he got that coming.
What you say? Your channel got that coming?
No, he got that, and I'm gonna drink to that. He got that coming, guaranteed. You already know he out of there. If that was you, you'll be out of there. He ain't going nowhere. He know he got, but it's just the way they got to him. His family is involved. The family helped him get to him.
You really think he did it, huh?
Oh yes, it's too.
He said
it's too hush hush.
He's over.
Yeah. Think about this.
He's over.
Think about this here. It comes out that your own family members suspected you. How you think it's gonna play out in front of the jury?
Yeah, but that was hearsay, though. That was data riff that then never got confirmed, though. So, like, there's no confirmation on that. Like, it's confirmation of the narrative of his sister suspecting him to be the
I,
killer.
I
Like
tell
we heard that, but at the same time, it's like, but she could tell anything to the police, but then now the police has to do the work to
they have to
whatever
do that.
she said or she believed. Like just
That's
because
that.
just because
Yeah.
his sister believed that he did it, like that don't mean nothing, bro. Listen, man, we've been having some great conversations about this case, right? Go ahead, brother. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me, Mr. Speakman Holding? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic
I'm
check
on the
1 2
phone.
1 2.
I'm on the phone with you. Just hold
Okay, I
up.
hear you.
My
Okay.
something hit my modem and knocked it down and unplugged it. So that's why I
Oh,
look
you're
bad.
good. You're good. You're good. You're good. We
So
here. We
it'll
here.
jump, even though it hit that modem, it'll jump to the other Wi-Fi. I got like two different Wi-Fi's, so it'll jump. But can you still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you
Okay.
perfectly, though. I
Okay.
hear
Yeah.
you
Something
perfectly.
fell. That's why I look back. So I got that good internet. So the jump if something unhooked. So I got a modem, a router, and all that. So
Do you
yeah,
think?
yeah.
Do
Go
you
ahead.
think they're gonna take on consideration the dismissal?
I didn't hear you.
You said that you believe that they were about to take in consideration the dismissal in this upcoming hearing.
Yeah. What I'm saying is she regurgitated the same motion to dismiss, bring on the grand jury instruction. It's going to be denied. That's just nonsense. It's denied the first time based on what the court. It ain't going to change. It's not going to
Do
change.
you
Nothing changes that. It's just a show. It's
do
a
you
show.
do you think they'll open access to the public to see the motions? Like, do you think they
Well,
might
they
open
said
the files up?
okay, dealing
Because
with
if
the
they
grand.
do, then the judge gonna have to explain why he taking or denying those
Well, not see
motions.
that's the point. The
And
judge
people
don't have
gonna get to see it, you know. People gonna
well
be like, "But why the judge is denying this when
only
this is like
it's going to be a
simplistic?"
public. It's going to be a public hearing. Like one of the hearings is not going to be public. It's dealing with the grand jury information about the motion to dismiss.
They're gonna hide that shit.
Okay, but the thing about it is, all that is BS. Let me tell you why. If you're making an argument that the grand jury was improperly instructed on the standard of guilt beyond the reason of doubt, about a preponderance, that's dead. What you making the same thing? You're re-urging it, and then you're saying prosecutor misconduct. Well, what is he doing? What did the prosecutor do that you could not bring in a separate motion to dismiss based on the independent grounds of prosecutor misconduct? You see what I'm saying? See, this is how they hiding everything. You bringing everything in the same motion when you can break it up. The grand jury is separate. The prosecutor misconduct can be a separate motion to dismiss. All
I
this
have
here,
Go ahead,
go
brother.
ahead. All
No,
of
go
it
ahead, brother.
is designed to keep the public ignorant to the corruption that the FBI and the police did to get the Kohberger, because it would require them to reveal that we didn't have to get a search warrant to get this information because the law allows us to get it.
You see, my personal opinion, like when the prosecution, big shout out to Amy Conway, thank you for being here, very appreciate it. When the prosecution make this facade of them being ready to go, them having all the P's and Q's, everything, all the T's, everything is lined up, and then they did that while he's requesting another state. That's big shout out to Amy Conway. When that was known far as like that they were about to request a stay and they needed it to overlook what's going on, and the prosecution fought against it. They said they were ready for all the procedures and stuff like that. So it seems like it was kind of like a force to actually give up his rights. I believe that it was some trickery That's just my personal opinion. I believe it was some kind of trickery for the man to give his rights to a speedy trial.
Well, let me put it like this here. Once again, none of your rights are inconsistent. No, it's not possible for any of your rights to a speedy trial, speedy preliminary, and discovery to collide. What happens is, like I did a video in Idaho, how they got him. Look, Ann Taylor's supposed to be a seasoned criminal attorney. Once she got him to waive the right to a speedy preliminary hearing, then a speedy trial, this allowed the prosecutor the right, the authority invested with the law to sit back and play with the discovery. Had they not waived that, he couldn't have done that. This is why you don't waive it. This is why judge, and that other judge say, are you sure you want to do this here? You're doing this intelligent. You know, if we got to keep doing this here, you can't come back. Think about it, people. Once you waive that protection, none of your constitutional rights collide. They never collide. So when you hear the law, you say, I'm going to call them out by name. Your boy, Peter, the lawyer you know. Miss Lee, the Harvard lawyer.
Big shout out to Peter.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Peter Traggers.
With a bullet to his head or something. That's just figuratively. You know what I'm saying? I ain't serious, but you know.
Oh my God.
I don't want to kill
disclaimer.
You know? No,
disclaimer.
It's
all right. Disclaimer.
Bullet, not a real bullet. Pow. You know what I'm talking about. Check this out.
Pew pew. A true crime bullet.
See, he gonna say. I remember him saying one time. He said, "I agree. You should waive your right to a speedy trial and let them get discovered." Man, you incompetent for saying that. You can't even challenge me on that. You incompetent because to say that you have a right to a speedy trial, but you should waive that right to give them time to investigate. Now, when a prosecutor bring that charge, they're supposed to have everything on the table. Let me look at it. That's it. And this is where people go wrong at. They waive those rights. Look up a waiver of a right and tell me.
Don't you think that they might? Don't you think they might gonna use that, like far as the prosecution lowering the defense to take certain decisions like in favor of prosecution? Like, don't you think that the prosecution has some kind of guilt on making things look away from what they conversating with the defense? Like, for example, I believe they had a deal to go to preliminary hearing, but then they came in.
No. If you got a deal, it needs to be in writing. Okay.
In fact,
So let's get something understood. The prosecutor merely agreed to hold it later. He never said, I won't exercise my discretion to go to the grand jury. He never said that. So
right.
She already knew that. This is why I keep trying to tell you people, if she's supposed to be seasoned and experienced, she should look. I ain't never went to law school in my life. I know that. I know that you don't do that. And I know when you do that, you're working with the prosecution. You helping the prosecution. Like I said, you getting $8,000 a month. I think they said $8,000 a month. Either way, you're getting too much money. So you have a quest in dragging this out. There's a conflict of interest with the fact that she getting paid. Look, you show me somebody in any other state from here all the way back in from the time our jurisprudence, you'll never find nobody with a defense like Kohberger, because that's not a real defense. That's a sham. Had he said, no, let's go to the speedy preliminary hearing, let's go to speedy trial, he would have went free. That was his time to walk. That's why I bet this station. He got that coming. I don't see you. Are you still there? Yeah, I can hear you. I don't see you. Yeah, I hear you. Well, I hear you on the phone, but on the phone because I'm on the phone with you. I'm on the phone with you, so it's just I see me on the computer, but not you. You dropped off the computer. You got to go to your phone. Yeah, you got to realize. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think I lost the signal.
Yeah, but I'm on your phone, so I can hear you. I'm still on my live stream. Let me see. The people make it still see me. I got so much. Okay. Um, I got so many things popping up. I know I'm still live because I can see it live. You pay your bill if you pay that internet bill. Hold up, I'm trying to get back into it. I don't got knocked out. Yeah, I see you. I think I need to bring you back in. Okay.
I'm sorry for that technical issues over here. My apologies.
Just pay the bill. Quit bootlegging. Yeah, I can see
You still see me?
Yeah. You know, I'm hearing you from the phone call, but I can see you.
Okay, cool. Let me see. Everybody can see us. Big shout out to everybody here. Wait, what? Big shout out to Wait, what? Wait, what says is BK gonna walk anyway and be proven innocent?
Yeah, right into a jail cell.
He said go right to the jail cell.
Right into a jail cell. A prison cell. Yeah, he gonna walk.
So my question to you, so you don't see no type of, for example, because technically what you're telling me that Ann Taylor is misrepresenting this guy, so he could win an appeal on that.
What? No. They made sure he don't win an appeal. This is what they did in open court. You remember, this is how they played him. He's supposed to be educated, criminology. But see, but criminology has nothing to do with jurisprudence. This is what people don't understand. It don't have nothing to do with the law that he's going through.
Yeah, well, he got criminal justice too. His PhD in some criminal justice.
It don't have nothing to do with jurisprudence, law, evidence, objection. They don't have nothing to do with that. They can take law enforcement got that. They don't have nothing to do with that. So you can take it off the table and I speak with confidence. It don't have nothing to do with that. So what they did, they used his supposed he educated, and they got him to waive a protection that's so powerful that he would walk. He ain't going nowhere. He going to prison. I guarantee it.
Yeah, we already took care of the echo. We took care of the echo.
Yeah.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can. I'm on the phone like the phone with you. I'm just looking at you from the computer.
No, yeah, no, I hear you. We took care of the echo. It was having echo. I took care of that real quick. Thank you, Amy Conway. Thank you for being here. Very appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, because again, if you said that Ann Taylor is not really representing this guy proper, and it's been things that she been missing out on, you know, that right there could open the doors for a future consideration. Don't you think?
No. The reason why it's not because at this point there is no objection from Kohberger. There is no motion for a new attorney from Kohberger based on it. He out of there. Everything that's going down. Look, they got the right guy. We need to go through this process.
But that's what I'm saying. You said they have the right guy, but in the way they got the right guy, it was crooked and not legal.
But you can waive that.
That right there don't make no sense. Like, first and foremost, on America, right?
Okay, hold up.
If you catch a criminal, illegally, it should not be. It should not pass court.
No. That's where you're wrong. Let me give you something.
I mean, by the law, right? I mean, right? Constitutional.
No. It's what you call a waiver. If you don't object to what they're doing, you agree to what they're doing, so it's legal. So you can agree to waive your rights in every defect concerning that. This is why it's called preservation of error. This is why it's necessary when a trial going on. Objection, hearsay, objection. Your Honor, I need a ruling. Your Honor. If the judge refuses the rule, you say, okay, let the record reflect that the judge is preserved. But if the judge if you say objection and the judge say duly noted, and you keep going, you waive that. That's not a ruling, duly noted. That's not.
Okay.
See, he out of there. the station. I pledged my station. I ain't even worried about it.
So if by any chance Aunt Taylor, whenever she get whatever she gonna get
Yeah,
of
she
the
already
missing
getting it. She already getting it.
of the missing discovery, if by any chance they find that in the way they got this guy, it was illegal.
She
Let's say
already
if that
know.
was the case, that he's the killer, right? Let's give the benefit of the doubt. Benefit of the doubt innocent and benefit of the doubt guilt. Let's do that. Let's play devil's advocate. So if by any chance the guy is the killer, right? And Aunt Taylor find that in the way they found the killer, it was in an illegal way that she could prove in court. He out of there, but going home. You know that, right?
Let me show you something.
Worst part about it, I shouldn't even laugh at that.
Why not?
Worst part. If the guy's actually innocent and she found everything they're gonna give her at last, and she had what she needed to actually make this guy walk.
Let me show you something.
Because she found listen, this guy, not just he told me he was innocent, but then now with everything that the government brought to the table, they don't have nothing against him. And she proved that in court. Don't you think that now the law is gonna look like, well, they didn't do their job right because they wanted to cover this and make the people think that they're doing their job when they're not doing their job. And at the end of the day, it was all the killers involved in this game, which is not a game, but what we're talking about within this true crime atmosphere.
Well, let me tell you like this, here. She's been working with them. She already know what they got. This is why she waived the speedy preliminary. It's all a sham, people. Listen to me. Don't no intelligent attorney do that. You don't do that. Because, see, the speedy preliminary hearing going to set it up. When I question you, that's going to open the way to get discovery for what you testify to. So this whole thing is a sham. He's going down. He's going to be found guilty. I guarantee it. I'm not wavering. This is why I can pledge my station. See, I know what I see. See, a lot of people, they'll get on here. I ain't saying they have to do this here. But see, when it comes to this, when what I see, I'm willing to put something on the line.
So
See,
you're willing to take the J-Round point challenge? Are you willing to take it? Because we already got some skin in the game, but you know the J-Round point true crime challenge is if Kohberger was innocent all along, as I explained, okay? The person that bets with me have to give me their channel. I do whatever I want. I do whatever I want with their channel. I could delete it. I could utilize it.
Listen.
Are you willing to take the J-Rod on point challenge?
We already got that. Except we established that.
We're shaking hands on that.
Now we already did that.
Okay. Cool.
But what you're not telling your subscribers is what you got on the line. But you ain't telling them what you got on the line.
No, I have $100 and I have all my channels. Like if I lose, I give you all my channels. Okay. It's 9 channels that you could go live whenever. You could use it on different topics. You could change the name, do whatever you want with them. But if he's guilty, if he's found guilty, I'm gonna give you all 9 channels. I'm gonna give you $100, and I'm gonna make on the new channel that I make from zero. The first video that I'm gonna make is admitted that I lost an argument, and that you actually won. I'll make that video, and I'll make sure that I tell the people my apologies for being wrong the whole time. Listen, I'll make a show.
I can
just out of that video, I'm gonna make like 100 subs just out of that one video. I know that already. I
guarantee you, he already been found guilty at this point. It's over with. It's over with. All this is a sham. You think they spending all this money on this man and let him go?
Yep. That's exactly what's going on.
Hey, he's out of there. I already know he out of there. He out of there. I think you know too. You just losing your mind behind it.
Nah, man. Listen, I don't know if you've seen that last video that I posted on my channel. It's doing pretty good right now. Pregnancy terminated. It's a lot of things in this case that like in the very beginning of this case, it came to the light, like right away. I think I'm losing my battery. I don't know if I have to. Hold on. I think hold on. Okay, I should be good now. I should be good now. It was a lot of things coming out in the very beginning of this case. That a lot of people, I believe, that they either didn't pay attention to it, or they just starting to covering the case after Kohberger got locked up, because it was a lot of conversations outside of what is being said within the situation in this case, which is the possibility of all these situation be so petty as someone with heartbroken, facing reality, getting angry out of that, and finalizing their lives in the most horrendous way. Which again, I mean, common sense in a way, they did Kaylee. I hope people understand that Kaylee literally got gutted. People don't see that. It's a chance that this person could be mad at this one young lady to an extent, to be so sick and mad that he literally could have ripped a baby from her belly and literally take it as a trophy just to put it on a drawer. Like, it's a chance for that. It is a possibility that, listen, in the same way this killer killed these innocent people, in the same way this killer could have done that, in the same way the killer could have just ripped a unborn baby, small, just in the very beginnings of the pregnancy. Because remember, Kaylee was thin. I don't know if y'all seen the pictures of Kaylee. Kaylee was a thin young lady. God bless her soul. She was thin. By the time she passed away, she was getting weight. You could tell on her arms right here. That's how you could tell that the female is pregnant right away. You could tell. Like all my past relationships that I had children's, and the way that I know they were pregnant was because their shoulders right here got a little thicker. Besides, the baby gut and stuff like that starts coming out. Kaylee was wearing a dress on one of the calls for this excessive noise, and it was actually in the middle of the day. And these people was getting harassed by the cops in the middle of the day for loud noises. We're talking about the middle of the day. You shouldn't have no cops at your door in the middle of the day because loud noises. You know what I mean? So on one of those body cam footage, she was shown with a dress, and it seems that she was getting thicker. She had a baby gut that she didn't have before, because she's like belly flat. Her shoulders were a little bit thicker. You could tell her face was getting a little thicker. Yeah, that was in September. Yeah. And by the time the grub truck footage, she was double that size. Because we all seen the footage, she was wearing sweatpants and sweatshirt, and she was looking pretty thicker than what she normally is. So it was a lot of people that said that, the relationship between her and JD, they broke up due to that. They broke up due to the, she knew that she was pregnant by someone else, and She didn't share this with her family. Didn't share it with no one. Just I think Maddie knew about it. I think Santa Ethan knew about it. That's the conversation. That again, this is you could take this with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? But if that angle is truthful, we do believe that if that's truthful, if it's any truth within that, and also the sound from the camera next door neighbor, which again, Linda Lane don't have nothing to do with this. I want people to understand. Linda Lane footage. I don't care if they put it on law and crime, and they were talking about the sounds, because again, people has talked so much about Linda Lane when Linda Lane don't have nothing to do, that doesn't have no part on this case. They even edit noises to that footage just to make it sound like footage sound was caught by that camera, which it was super far away. Far away. No noise would be heard in that camera. Facts. Too far away. But what the confusion is, that is actually a next door neighbor footage with sound from next door neighbor. It doesn't have nothing to do with Linda Lane. That is available on the evidence pile that Bill Thompson has. We believe that that evidence on that camera is going to say a lot to the defense. Because if by any chance the defense get to hear what I heard and what a lot of people heard, that one of the victims yelling out the name of the possible killer, that says a lot. It's a lot of things that, again, is a reason why the University of Idaho don't want no parts with this case, don't want no blood on their hands. They don't. They don't want none of their students involved, none of the students mentioned as the suspects. They don't want no investigation coming to their students and stuff. They know for a fact, if any of their students were involved with this killing, the University of Idaho is going bye-byes. It's going bye-byes, because whatever fraternity they belong to, they out. If they found out that the sorority the Dylan is part of was involved on the covering, they out. The fraternity with the boys, Jack D and all the others, if they get proven that they actually hide information, that they actually were part of this and they cover it, they out. The University of Idaho president, he's out. He already got suspended. It's things that are going on right now within the University of Idaho covering this whole situation, that right now, when you tell me that Kohberger is the killer, I ask, how he's the killer when there's no proof? It's like, as we speak today, not tomorrow. Tomorrow we could see a whole different picture. Tomorrow they probably open the seals and we could see stuff that we didn't know. But today, until we know any further, Kohberger is innocent, because nothing that is available right now is proven in court yet. And again, that evidence that you said that it was what circumstantial evidence with no connection is good as nothing.
Okay, let me
because
say
circumstantial evidence, you have to have a connection with the victims. If you don't have a connection with the victim, that circumstantial evidence first and foremost goes out the door, because if there's no connection there, how all that evidence is any good?
Okay, first of all, there is no law in Idaho, jurisprudence, that say that you have to have a connection to a victim. None of that exists. First of all,
but if there's no connection, how can they link him for him to be the killer?
Hold on, you gonna let me finish?
Yes, sir. It's your show.
Right. And Taylor asserts that there is no connection. It's an assertion. We don't know what type of evidence they got because they haven't been to trial. But I can tell you this here. If I randomly go out and murder somebody, I don't even know. There was never a connection. It happens all the time. Uber driver, Uber passenger get in and rob and kill a person. No connection whatsoever, right? No connection. All right. Circumstantial evidence is evidence. It's an inference. It's like you can deduce that this happened to deduce a fact that this happened. That's all it is. And a jury is determined. The only thing a jury is determined who to believe. That's it. So if you think that circumstantial evidence is not enough to convict you, I can bring up too much case law in Idaho in various states. He's out of there. And if you ride with him, you out of there. If you was out there ride with me, and you would be out of there.
So I guess I'll be out of there though.
Yeah.
Because again, I just want to make sure that the only thing that they have right now is the picture of a white Elantra, that they still have to prove that it was his vehicle and that it was him driving it. That just with the car thing, and there's no DNA, there's no nothing in the car, it's nothing to prove. And again, it's forensic, it's computer analytics that they do to the box of the computer, and they could tell if this vehicle at what time opened the door, who was sitting in the car, how far they travel, what time and where and when. Like this, that's just the car. I'm not trying to school you on your own show. I'm not trying to do that. But that's just the car. Just the car only by itself.
Okay, but guess what? We don't even know if that exists. See, because guess what? It's easy to take that box out. It's easy, period, all right? I seen it done with my own eyes, so we don't even know if they got that. But I'm telling you, they got him. If you was with him that night and I was with him that night, we out of there, all right? Because guess what? Why would you go from Pullman at that time of night to that area, okay? To that area. And then you come back in the morning based on what they say. And then you remain silent. No, they got you.
And then another thing was the cell phone.
They got it.
The cell phone. What you know the cell phone not going nowhere. You know that, right? You know that's not going nowhere. Like it's actually case law. It's actually case law. You could look at the cell phone evidence is out. It's out the door. So no car. No cell phone.
Who said the cell phone evidence is out the door? Who said that?
No cell phone. Listen, I already checked, and I also asked people that they have like pings put on their cases. They said no, they just throw all that shit out. Like that's not relevant in court.
I'm gonna say this again. Because it haven't been a trial. I don't know what's admissible and what is not. Right? I'm saying.
But we're talking about what is available right now to pin him as guilty, right? Okay, so listen, all this stuff that I just mentioned,
hold on. Let me finish.
It has to be proven.
Let me finish. I can't even go on that narrative because their narratives keep changing. I'm throwing their narrative out the window. All right, I can't depend on them because you say Dylan Mortensen was on the first floor. They slept through it all, and then when the public asked you, I never said there was witnesses. Oh, we don't know why they waited. I don't give them no credibility. How the hell you not gonna know why these two roommates didn't call when you asked them? What did they tell you?
Right.
They had to tell you something, right? So I don't give no credibility to that. All I'm telling you, when they indicted him, they got a grand jury to indict him. They're gonna get a jury to find him guilty. Guarantee that.
You know they indicted a sandwich, right?
Huh?
You know they indict a sandwich if they have to, right?
Listen, because the grand jury, half of the people on there may have mental problems slow, you know what I'm saying? Half of them can't read. You know, half of them made F and B's in class. Come on, man. When you get it, anybody can get indicted, okay? I have people that got indicted, right? I started attacking the indictment, and we got the case dismissed. They can't never come back. But the lawyers kept saying there's nothing wrong with the indictment. But they can tell it to somebody who don't know the law behind indictments.
How can we get you to represent Kohberger, bro? Will you get him out?
It's too late for him.
Come on, bro. Listen. I know you could pick up that case, right? I know you could pick up that. You
I
you
just
you
I just kick lawyers in their ass. That's all I do.
listen. If you know the guy is guilty, and you could still prove that that is no way they could get him, would you represent him, or would you leave him alone?
If the
As a
money
lawyer,
good,
like if you knew the guy is guilty, but you know you could get him off with
here,
what the state
yeah, yeah.
got,
I'm
like
gonna
would
tell
you,
you
as a
why.
lawyer,
Yeah,
would you represent that case,
yeah,
knowing
yeah.
in the back of your head that even though he actually the killer,
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna
is the
tell you
way that
why.
the state got to him that is totally illegal, and he might be able to walk out with that,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
would you
yeah,
represent him?
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna tell you why. When you hear lawyers talk about, I wouldn't want to represent this guy, he'll ruin my reputation. First of all, you shouldn't even want to mess with that lawyer. As a lawyer, it don't matter if he's guilty or innocent. The state must prove it. Okay, that's the whole reason for a trial. You prove it then. Just like every day something happened. Okay, yeah, I may have did it, but you think I'm gonna help you get me? Well, you gotta
Right,
prove it. You think I'm gonna help
right.
you take my life? All right. Because guess what? When a prosecutor engaged in prosecutor misconduct, withholding evidence, planting evidence, and sends somebody to prison for 30, 40 years, they don't do nothing to him. So if a person is guilty and did it, if they can get away, I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't got a problem with that.
Right, right.
Got no problem with that.
You know what? This is a great topic of conversation, man. This is a case that I think is gonna have a lot of people on the edge. So Friday, due to your experience, or knowledge in this case, what you think is gonna happen this upcoming Friday on these hearings? Like, do you think that the judge would take consideration, or you just gonna deny and
Listen,
let him have it?
first of all, she bringing the same motion. There's no new arguments. There's no new grounds. The motion to dismiss gonna be denied, guaranteed. Dealing with the grand jury, we won't know nothing about it because it's the grand jury. See, the way that she bringing the motions is guaranteed to keep the public ignorant. So everything she doing is just a show. Like I said, she needs to be slapped in her mouth for working with the prosecution. She working with the this is a show, man. This is a show. You look, I'm gonna tell you something. You think I'm finna waive my right to a preliminary speedy trial to be sitting up in jail 2 or 3 years? Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man.
That's why my belief that it had to be something it had to be something, bro. Like, because it's like you say, it makes no sense. It's just like,
Imagine you locked up, waiving your right. You got kids, your woman out here. Dude, what are you doing?
bro. I won't even skip the extradition hearing over there in Pennsylvania. Listen, I'll drag them
Listen.
all the way to Pennsylvania. It's like, you want me in Idaho? You have to drag yourself all the way to Pennsylvania and give Pennsylvania everything that you got against me to then reconsider for me to leave, or for at least Pennsylvania reconsider me going to Idaho due to whatever is presented to the court. Because again, if Idaho didn't have not enough for the extradition hearing,
Well, see, the
he
deal
could
is
be at home right
a
now,
lot of
bro.
these attorneys, they be misrepresenting probable cause. They go, oh, it's a low standard. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a factual standard that must have a factual nexus, a connection. So when you go in and you say, okay, well, how did y'all get to this guy? You gonna bring up the cell phone pin? Now throw that out. No, that don't mean nothing. How did you actually get to him? Them cell phone pins are not really accurate unless you bring something else in. Show me how you place him inside the house. How you show me you place him with the knife sheet. See, simply because his DNA was on the knife sheet, don't put him there. All it do is give credits that if it's no other explanation, it's you. And the jury gonna buy that. So go ahead,
brother. Go ahead, brother.
So at the end of the day, once they indict him, that's who on trial. And since Idaho is a small thing, word get around, we need a conviction. You won't know it and I won't know it. That's a tight-knit group. He's out of there.
Bro, it's in 2022, the only murders in the whole state was those four young adults. How you feel about that? 2022.
Well, I
In
don't
a
think
whole year, 365 days. In
I
a
don't
whole
think that's
year.
accurate. I don't think that's accurate. I think that when they come up with cases, They try to make that look like a safe haven, a safe place to live. When they come up with these crimes, they say suicide or accidental OD, but it be murders. Look, man, in North Dallas, and Dallas, in University Park, Highland Park. They supposed to be the rich neighborhood, quiet. But guess what? I'm driving over there 4 years ago. It's a dead body wrapped up in a sheet over there in Highland Park. You can see the body is bloated, red, and I stopped the car and I get out. Wow. I said, man, that's a body. They never reported it on the news. I know how they play, man. I know how.
Yeah,
if you can't trust the police to investigate and report correctly, how you gonna trust these courts that's rubber stamping these probable cause affidavits, dude? For example, if you got probable cause that Kohberger did what he did, I see a lot of people, the lawyers, investigators, Kohberger. I was really surprised about the probable cause affidavit. It had a lot in it. No, it didn't. Get the hell out of here with that. That thing jumped from here to here to make it like, okay, but you got these cars traveling, but place him in that house. How do you place him in the house? You can't.
We have Amy Conway saying, I would like to hear explain talks on the fall trials, true ? And what that mean in this case. I have a question. This lady from News Nation was talking about the possibility of the prosecution getting creative. To me, first and foremost, for this lady to even come up with that comment, it has to be some conversations like within the media. That is the possibility that this guy, with what they have right now as we speak, he could walk. So she said that the prosecution could get creative and charge this guy, or how can I say it, trial him for one victim at a time, like having 4 different murder trials for each one of the victims. Is that even possible?
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because you brought it in one indictment. You brought it already in one indictment, right? So for you to try to, we're gonna have a trial this day for this victim, this day, this victim. First of all, if you did that, Ann Taylor would be making $5 million. Okay,
right.
Alone. All right, it ain't happening. So we can get out if we got creative, because we already know that right now each one of them cases would be tried within like a year apart. So you're looking at that 4 years plus what we already got now. So
that means as soon as the case get presented,
it ain't happening.
It stays that way. It stays that way the whole way.
It stays that way. Yeah. Let me show you something. And here's another thing. Remember, I said had Kohberger went to the speedy preliminary hearing and speedy trial, he would have walked. I said that.
Yeah, you said that though.
Because they wasn't ready. But since he waited and let them get ready and do all this nonsense they doing, like I said, the only reason why I'm saying I believe he gives because he waived that. Had he not waived that, he would have walked. Man, listen. He would have walked. Because look, after he waived that, the speedy trial, look how they still was getting the case ready. Then they indicted months later. They wasn't ready. So they didn't, Ann Taylor in on this here. But like I say, in order for him to permit that, he already know he got it. It's just, at the end of the day, how we going to resolve this here? They got him.
It's crazy to say that they couldn't even. Go ahead.
He got a PhD. I dropped out in the 9th grade. I can see that.
Hey, listen, ain't that crazy that they could they indict him if he was still in Pennsylvania, for example, with them having what they had? Because this is what I don't understand. They couldn't indict him before they went and picked him up.
That's not true. They can indict you whether they got you in custody or not.
So they could just indict you whenever they feel like for example, because what I'm saying is like the same things that they have right now, the same things that they had when Kohberger was in Pullman. When Kohberger, they talked to him, and all these stuff. Like the same things they have right now, they had those things back then, bro. And they
Well,
didn't arrest him. They didn't pick him up in Pullman. They let him fly. They let him do whatever he was doing because they didn't have nothing. So as soon as he go in vacation, a scheduled vacation back home, they made it sound like he's running away from whatever they had already.
you have to
You,
realize,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, I
Like,
know what you're saying. It's they trying to cover up with the way that see his family put him on to him. Now, listen to me. See, people think this far-fetched. If his family agree to give DNA in secret and they run these labs up and they come back to him, they don't want to reveal his family cooperated because they thought he was the guy. You know how that would play out in a trial? He's
yeah,
at
but they have to have some proof behind whatever they
no,
say. That's what I'm
listen
telling you.
to me.
Like,
Listen.
just because his sister said that there is a
Now,
chance that he could be the killer. That don't
well, let me
mean
let me
that.
let me make sure let me,
You know
okay,
what I
let me,
mean?
yeah, but let me make sure I clarify something. Don't ever think they're not gonna ever tell you the real reason. Period. In a case like this. All right. This is why right today nobody know what the roommate said. Listen to the people. It was designed this way. See, y'all keep thinking that when this go to trial, y'all finna really find out some information. Y'all gonna be shocked. It ain't finna be no trial like y'all think it's gonna be. All right. They going through this motion about the cameras. One camera in the courtroom coming up this Friday. That's what they're gonna talk about. One camera, a C-SPAN. Listen, who the hell is this judge shouldn't be worried about no cameras? Who care if you have cameras in the room? The bottom line is this. They want to limit the information they get to the mass of the public. They don't care about the little people in the living room, but they have to make sure Idaho, Moscow is not exposed to the world about what's going on because it would ruin investments. The University of Idaho is one of their main streams of income, all right? Along with probably the Department of Motor Vehicles, etc. stuff, but it's very small. So they have an interest in protecting their underlying investments, investors, and pensions. Those four Idaho students don't matter to them. They don't matter to them. And I'm just gonna say this here. I don't know why when Ethan was murdered, his mother want to start this foundation. Now let me finish. I don't know. Why is it that like some people when they kids or family members get subjected to a death, they get this infinity. If it's infinite, they want to start a foundation. They inspired. Well, why you wasn't inspired while he was alive, thriving in real time? So she should sit down with that.
A book and everything.
Yeah, she should sit down with that.
Then she was part of the decision. Like, she was okay with the demolition of the house.
Most of the parents out there that depend on incomes working for people in that place, they're gonna kiss the donkey and any other part of the donkey that the donkey wants.
It's conversations out there in Idaho, which again, take this with a grain of salt. This is just the conversation, the allegations. Ethan's brother and sister went inside the house and seen their brother dead, and they did not call the cops. Like, they were part of the people that knew what was going on. That they seen it. They seen their brother like laying on the floor, blood up,
He had
and
triplets.
they didn't call the cops. And that's the conversation that is in Moscow, Idaho, as we speak. The brother and sister, they were triplets. The brothers and sisters of Ethan entering the residence early in the morning. Early in the morning. Okay, no, the time is need to be um, looked at, because again, it's cell phone data, and it's a lot of things that it says that they will be at the residence way before the cops got called. So it seems that Ethan's brother and sister knew all along that their brother were dead long time ago, and they didn't even call the cops. Like, when they knew what happened to their brother. They could have called the cops, let's say, because some people would say that Hunter called 911 from Dylan's phone, but then other people said that the Bethany was the one that found the bodies and called 911. Like, again, it's a lot of he say, she say, and everything needs to be taken with a grain of salt. But all this
Oh yeah.
conversation is being had. So again, it's, I think that if that was true, is one of the reasons why Ethan's mom be so complicit with the University of Idaho, because then the University of Idaho will take care of the kids that are living. They're not taking care of the one they lost.
Listen,
They
let me
taking
show.
care of the kids that are living, making the Ethan sister fraternity sweetheart from Ethan's fraternity. The mom get the book, mom get the foundation, the mom get all the money, all the presentations and stuff they're gonna put out in front of her. And then Ethan's brother, he get like a pronounced position within the fraternity just for the mom and the dad to shut up, because it's like, well, you lost one kid already, you want to lose the other two?
This is my opinion. When the mom came out with I guess the boy that wear blue, I think it was something like that.
Yeah, and like Michelle said that family is they already got money.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I
see,
mean?
the first time I kind of heard her trying to monetize off the death of her child, it just went back to this age old saying that this is just my opinion. I don't care what nobody feel. It's just my opinion because I see
Right.
what it is. Uh, she always been a kiss ass, okay, all her life. All right. So you can't even stand up to for your kids. So you ain't gonna stand up for you. So when I saw the boy in blue is this, why you did why do- was why do a tragedy inspire you to do something like this of this nature? But when he's alive, it don't inspire you. Don't make sense, man. Don't make sense. It's
Yeah,
called
it's
don't make sense.
it's tough. It's tough. Because again, me, I'm a parent, and I will go to the very last extent to do what I need to do for my child, like alive or dead. Like, I will do as a parent what I need to do in memory of my child, and looking for justice for my child. It's all the conversation that people don't pay attention to. In these big shout out to Ali J. Uh, Big shout out to Ali J, Michelle, Amy Conway, everybody here. Very appreciate it. Who else we got here?
I can't see nothing.
Jody, big shout out to Jody. Thank you for being here. Very appreciate it. Um, you know, and especially for example, the Goncalves. Big shout out to the family Goncalves, the Goncalves family. I believe that Steve Goncalves Senior, he understands that it's a possibility that everything is being presented to him. It could be all a spoof. Um, at least that's what he show every time, he go to the new media outlet and have an interview and stuff like that. He does wants Kohberger to be it, to be the guy, and be done over with. But at the same time, he do recognize the all the merits of the case. Like, again, in the very beginning, like 5 days after the killing, he was on an interview, and again, I keep bringing it up because the guy said it out of his mouth. Like, it's like he said that no one's gonna tell me that this was a drive around person looking for victims to kill. Like, he don't believe that. Like, he don't believe, again, the story about Kohberger just driving around looking for victims and stuff like that. Like, he don't believe that story. Like, he said that way before Kohberger got called. He said that way before it was any narrative of anything. Like, he said that out of his mouth.
Well,
No
let me
one's
say
gonna tell me that this was a drive-by looking for victims, and no one. And he also made an emphasis that he know. He didn't say that he guessed. He said he know that whoever killed his daughter and her friends know his daughter, know the
yeah.
victims, know the house, part of the house. Literally, he said that whoever did this to his daughter is in the inner circle.
Okay, let me say this. You remember, for a long time, I never said he was Kohberger was guilty, right? But I
Right.
said once he waived that, and I'm like, why would you do this? And I'm like this here. I That's the only reason, like the waiver of the speedy trial. This
I believe that was purposely done because I
okay.
believe. Listen, I
Oh,
believe they knew that the people that know the law like you. You know what I'm saying? That you self thought and you are very smart and you have a great interpretation of the law. This is why I appreciate you so much. Everything that you do, not just for us in the true crime community, but also the good service that you give yourself. Because you are very knowledgeable, and I believe that somehow this guy was tricked to do that, to give that same signal that you're talking about to people like you that are well knowledgeable of other people within law enforcement or people within the legal book of law. That, don't you think this could be something that he was forced to do, to send a signal to people like you that know the law and know the court procedures and stuff, and be like, oh yeah, he did it, you
well,
know,
let me put it
as
like this here.
purposely.
Let me put it like this here. When you look at when I take in, I don't even have to see the actual scene. I can just the blood come out the side of me and you done talked in private.
Yeah.
I'm in this house. If the blood is oozing out the side of the wall, why would it ooze out the door? All right. And not only that, if Dylan Mortensen actually saw what she saw and reacted the way she reacted, she knew when that guy left to go check on her friends. Okay. You knew to go see if everybody all right.
Oh
So
yeah, but they said she was in panic,
okay,
panic mode, shock.
I was gonna say something, but I'm just saying like this here.
Go ahead, brother.
I she's a motherfucking lie, okay? That shit don't make sense, all right? It don't make sense at all. I blasted that shit when it came out. Get out of here. If you see this man and you walking and you shut the door and you lock, that inner thing say, I wonder if my friends are okay. He's gone. Let me go check on him. Nah, she can put that back in the Cracker Jack box.
Yeah, because it's like Michelle said, killer won't leave a witness. Big shout out to Michelle. You see, I'm thinking this way. This person or people, it could, again, it's a chance that it was multiple killers,
Yeah,
like two
very.
killers at least. Um, Here's my take though. My take is like they would have knocked every single door down and killed everyone in that house, bro. If again, like if this person or people went inside the house, even though if these people went inside the house just for the ones on top, but they knew that Ethan and Santa would have snitched because they know them. I believe that that's the only reason why Ethan and Santa died, and it was because the killers knew that Ethan and Santa was best friends with two of the victims, and they would have snitched. They would have right now been caught if someone would have survived. I believe that it was some kind of link between Dylan and the killers. I believe that Bethany don't have nothing to do with what happened. She's just caught in the middle of it. This is why I believe that Bethany is not recognized as a victim in this case in court. Dylan is recognized as a victim in this court as part of the death. So
Well,
I believe that Bethany, due to the cheating, want nothing to do with this case whatsoever. She just wanted to watch her hands. Because again, this is why Dylan Mortensen had to change her alibi from being in the first floor to the second floor. Because the only way she could be in the first floor sleeping was if she was either on Bethany's bedroom or in the bathroom in the very first floor. Because it's a bathroom in the very first floor. You either was sleeping in the bathtub if it's a bathtub in the bathroom. I don't think it's a bathtub in the first floor. I think it's just a toilet and a sink. So you either was sleeping in Bethany's bed or you was sleeping in the bathroom sitting on the toilet. Because the other room in the first floor was not made. The bed was not made. The bed is lift up against the wall. That was the storage. That was the storage room for everyone. That's where Ethan had his golf clubs. So she couldn't say that she was sleeping. That couldn't not stand. She could have got arrested though if she didn't change the narrative. Because why? She needed Bethany to vow for her and say, yes, she was in my room and slept in my room the whole night. Bethany was not willing to do that. That's why she pulled the tail out and she was like, no, I'm not a victim. I'm not nothing. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't want no part on this. Just please listen. I lost a friend because remember, Maddie and her were sisters in the sorority. Maddie was her big sister in the sorority. So I believe these two girls had a bond. So this is why I believe when everything got hectic and happened, what happened, she wanted out. She's like, nah, leave me the fuck alone. I know what y'all did. This is why they believe that Bethany is the key for Brian Kohberger to walk out. This is why every time I hear from you, like, yeah, he out of there, it's like, oh my God, like, it's a chance that yeah, he be out of there. Let's say if the powers to be has cooked something that he won't even be able to fight in court. But I believe that is also the chance that Bethany Funk and also all the things within the case will get him out of there, like to go
Like,
back home. You know what I mean? Like for example, if Bethany has the truth and she want to share, it's like you said, the government cannot force her to testify. But if this young lady want justice for her big sister on a sorority, she will testify. She will give the defense and prosecution everything they need to make sure this man doesn't get convicted.
well, let me put it like this here. Sororities and fraternities ain't what people think they is. See, sororities and fraternities are no different than gangs. Crips, Bloods, Mandingo, what? No, what? It ain't no different. It's no
Facts.
different. See,
Facts.
you
They just
so
more money, more influence.
yeah, and so what people got to understand is that you got to realize these folks just left a party. They went home, and so the likelihood of Kohberger, what I'm saying, just to come out there with a knife, not knowing who he saw these calls unless he got some intel. Yeah, true enough. I think it was two people went in there. I don't think it was per se Kohberger, but I said what made me believe that he is what he did. Don't mean that's true, but I'm saying it was had to be two or three people that did that, and that's just that simple. Not one weapon, but two weapons. Because with a K bar, you're not going to do that type of damage. Okay, so a machete, yeah. So
Because it was slappy. It was slappy. It wasn't, it wasn't because they were talking about, oh, only a Marine would be able to do that type of damage with a K bar. All right, that could have been truth,
no,
but this job, it was sloppy. Whatever was done to these victims was sloppy. It was no killing technique within this. It was straight up sloppy cuts, sloppy tears. It was again no technique within what happened to these victims. It was sloppy work. Another thing that I want to bring to your attention, I don't know if you remember the not long ago I told you the Moscow PD first suspect. They killed that first suspect, which he was Brett Kopaka. I don't know if you
yeah,
have heard that
yeah, I
name
did
before.
a
So
standoff, yeah,
Brett Kopaka, the theory is that he was the first patsy that Moscow PD put in front of the line to be arrested for these young adults. Why we say that? Because they make him look like he was that disturbed individual. They had his roommates technically kidnapped in their rooms. This guy also has a white Elantra. This guy fought. This guy knew that Moscow PD wanted to set him up for these murderers. Moscow PD didn't have no reason to be outside of this house because Pullman PD got their own SWAT team. They have their own resources. It was no reason for Moscow PD cross state lines to go and help Pullman PD within this situation. It was no reason at all. This is why I believe, because remember, Brett Payne and Brett Kopaka were in this, I think they were in the same unit in the military. They knew each other. I believe that he was chosen. I believe they put Brett Payne in this case to frame Kopaka first. Because remember, this is Brett Payne's first show in a row. This is Brett Payne's first criminal case. I mean, first murder case. So I believe that Brett Payne was chosen to get Brett Kopaka. That Paul, his home. Soon as he see Moscow PD outside of his home, I believe that he knew he was about to be framed. To me,
yeah,
to me, because remember they were talking about his love about knife, machetes. His friends show the collection of machetes and swords that he has. One of those swords had like blood on it, steel, dry blood on it. You know what I'm saying? And anyone could have think like, oh shit, that could have been the murder weapon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when Brett Kopaka seen Brett Payne outside with Chief Fry and all these other people outside, it was no reason for them to be there. He knew automatically, he knew that they were about to frame him for the murder of the Idaho 4 case. He fought. He didn't have no. They were saying he had his roommate inside of the room. It was just him inside the apartment. It was no roommates inside the house. It was just him. And they make it look like it was somebody like that is on cooperative and have roommates in there that about to lose their life and stuff like that. They shot this guy. They shot this guy from the streets. Soon as they had him on site, they shot him and killed him. But they could not connect him to the Idaho 4 case. Due to that, they couldn't connect him to the Idaho 4 case, even though he had a wire Elantra. Then they went for the second potsy. They were desperate to get a potsy for this case. Again, they said that it was only 4 murderers in 2022. What about Brett Kopaka? He got killed by the SWAT team of Pullman, Washington. He got killed.
Well, they're not calling it a murder.
They're not calling that a murder. And then they said that none of the officers was found in wrongdoing. They cleaned that up so fast and so clean, bro, and move on to Kohberger right away. And put that behind like, oh, we good now. Don't worry about it. We tried it though. You know what I mean? So it's a chance that if again it's some cover up in this case, I believe that the first potsy that they were looking to frame for this case, it was Brett Kopaka, and it didn't work because he fought and they just end up killing him, thinking that they probably could have framed a dead man to these 4 victims, but they couldn't frame the guy after death because there was no proof that he was part of this situation at all whatsoever, even no connection and nothing. The only problem that I have with this within this case is Sana's mom, Kara. She confirmed to me that Ethan had a fight with Loach at the frat house way before this happened. Hours before this happened, it's confirmed that Ethan had a fight with Loach at the frat house. which Loach is a troublemaker for what I heard. You know what I'm saying? So it's confirmed through Kara. Kara said, J-Rod, yeah, this is confirmed. My daughter called me and let me know about this fight. Again, Santa's dad and sister, they were talking about, oh, but we recollect, we remember that Ethan and Santa were at home eating pizza by 12:30. And I'm thinking inside of my head, that's cap, because at 12:30 they were still at the party. At 12:30, that party just beginning. That fight happened after 12:30. So how can they be at the house by 12:30 eating pizza when they still at the party? When Kara confirmed that Santa called after they left the party after the fight, that means that's after 1 a.m. Even Dylan said, oh, everybody got to the house at 1:45. Cap. Because everybody know that in the original footage of the food truck, Kaylee and Maddie left the food truck by 1:58.
Got 5 more minutes.
Yeah. And then and remember, they still have to drive to the house, which is another 5-10 minutes, depending if they went anywhere else. That would add up time to that. And then why it's so important to somehow, some way, somehow pinpoint Ethan and Santa at the grub truck. Because again, I have studied this footage, and my firm believed that Ethan and Santa were at the grub truck, and they left the grub truck right after Kaylee and Maddie. They left the grub truck by 2:10 in the morning. And this is why it's so important that we get to confirm or deny that it was Ethan and Santa at the grub truck, which I already had conversation with Brett Payne about that. But again, he said that because everything is sealed, he and a non-dissemination order, he cannot share nothing with me. But he said that he would have told me if he could, he would have told me. But what's the problem with Ethan and Santa being there at the grub truck after the girls left? Is because the girls could have got home and got ambushed. Mm-hmm. And then when Ethan and Santa got there, they got ambushed too. Surprise, surprise, because they already killed the girls. So they know for a fact that as soon as Ethan and Santa come in, need to die, for the simple reason that Ethan and Santa gonna walk in, see the killers hanging out, see Dylan hanging out with the killers, seeing Bethany hanging out with the killers and stuff like that. And of course, now they know that their friends are dead on the 3rd floor. The killers are right here, right in front of me, hanging out with Dylan. Of course, they're going to die because they waited for them to get there, then for them to get killed way before 4 o'clock in the morning. Because again, anyone could use Santa's phone to order food. Remember, they ordered that food, put it on the table, they didn't touch it. No one ate that shit. That's how you know that someone called from Santa's phone and wasn't TikTok from Santa's phone to fuck up the timeline, to mess up the timeline, to make it look like Santa was alive at 4 o'clock with Santa and Ethan could be dead already by 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
The phone calls to Jack the Court stopped by 3:30. Kaylee was a power caller. Her mom said that. Her sister said that. That means that when you're a power caller, you're gonna call, text, and literally nonstop calling until you either hear or see this person. She didn't stop calling from her phone and Maddie's phone to 3:30. I believe the killer got there by 3:30, and that's why she stopped calling Jack the Court, because Jack the Court got there. Jack the Court lived right back next door neighbor. They could have killed the 4 young adults and then walk around the fence. Listen, walk. You know the fence in the backyard?
Yeah.
It's a trail back there. It's a trail that go right by the fence, straight to the backyard of Jack Decor. Right there, bro. I'm talking about few feet from the house. They could have killed them, walk the fence, around the fence, get to his spot. But I don't think that he did that. I believe that after they killed the victim, he didn't went back to his house because he knew that they would have searched his house and blacklight his house. I believe that after they killed the victims, they went out to the back, to the houses that go to the other road. I'm talking about, the parking lot right behind the house. It's a parking lot,
I don't
and
recall that.
yeah, it's a parking lot behind the house. It's a big parking lot behind the house. It's a trail that, if you pay attention, it's a trail to go to two houses in the back of that, covered by trees. But if you go to the Google GPS, Google satellite, you
Yeah.
could see that it's a trail. It's a trail from the back of the house all the way to another house. The house got blurred at the same time. 1122 Queens Road got blurred. So I believe that it was a connection between that house and the crime scene, because you could see that you could hit the back of the house. You hit that little trail on the corner, because he said, in the corner, in the back window of Dylan's, it's like a ball, and it's a trail that you could go up the trail, hit the parking lot, and then cross the parking lot and enter the trail that goes to the backyard of the houses up on top, at the other side of the road. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So it's like, you also have these buildings next door that is 100 plus people that live there in two different buildings. You could have killed these people and go to any one of these apartments within that building, and shower yourself, change your clothes right next door. It's people that know you. Again, if the killer was a known college student, he will know everyone in that building, because it's a closed Greek community. It's a very enclosed Greek community. So everyone knows everyone within this square. You know what I mean? Again, it is many possibilities, but the one that I'm for sure is that it was one or two of the students actually doing the killing, and another student helping out, watching and stuff like that, and dealing, trying to cover the whole shit up. That's just my firm belief. Just my firm belief, because this case it
Ain't,
seems so dirty and so polluted.
ain't nothing wrong
That,
with that theory.
you
Nothing
know,
wrong with it.
it seems so dirty and so polluted, just because the fact that they didn't investigate the same people around the killing. They didn't. They just
They
went by face
narrative.
value, and they got a alibi, and they let him walk away.
Well, they narrative don't make sense.
I just don't see that. I just feel that's in a murder case investigation. How can you clear anyone without a investigation? Like, you did not investigated these people. How can you clear without any type of investigation? Cell phone data, emails, any kind of anything that is modern day telecommunications. Those what you might call it, the app that they were talking about, Snapchat. You could get a information warrant to Snapchat, and have everyone's Snapchat of that night, because again, that was the app that they were using to share information. They don't want to do that, because they know for a fact, if they go to the Snapchat of all the people around the victims, they might find something that they don't want to put out there. You know what I mean? So it's like, At the end of the day, if they're gonna cook Kohberger, if they're gonna cook them, they really have to have something like a witness or something. They will literally point him there. Because again, I want to repeat, before they prove that he killed these people, they have to prove that he entered the
Well,
residence.
they have Dylan Morrison as a yeah, but
Right?
I'm
Like you
saying that they
remember
got
that, right?
Dylan Morrison
You remember that.
as a witness that said that this guy fit that description. That's sufficient. That is sufficient. This is why they needed Hudson. Yeah, it's.
That's
I
not.
guarantee it's
That's not.
sufficient.
That's not
Hey,
sufficient, bro. That's
if she,
not.
did-
No
if
face,
she,
no
did-
case, bro. No face, no case. Remember,
well,
she
I'm
is
just
on her
listen,
statement that the guy
listen.
was
I'm just
five
telling
eleven.
you what's sufficient in the law of Idaho and pretty much anywhere in the state. That her saying, if they say the prosecutor said, you saw a guy with bushy eyebrows, do it appear to look like this guy? Yes, okay, that's sufficient.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The defense right there could got that out the park. Because how can you say that this guy looks like the person you see that night when you said the person was like 5'11" to 6 foot 5'11"?
5'11".
Brian Kohberger is 6'4".
He what?
Brian Kohberger
How,
is way taller than 5'11".
how tall is he?
He's like 6'4".
I don't think he's 6'4". I
Around
don't.
him. So that looks like a
But I don't think he's
6'3",
that tall.
6'4".
One thing remains. Only thing we're here for.
And that matters though, and also matters that he's no face, no case, because he was wearing the mask. So if he was wearing the
Yeah,
mask,
but what?
of course, depend the mask that was, because also they don't want to reveal what was the type of
Yeah,
mask that she said that
I
person was
mean,
wearing.
I believe wholeheartedly that Dylan is lying. She didn't see this guy. She didn't see nobody look like him. Because, like I said, if you look at the door to crack, you're not finna see that guy. All right, because that guy see you yesterday. You yesterday news. So
Yeah,
that
whoever went in there, if those alleged survivors were not part of it, or at least knew the killers, like they wouldn't survive.
well, let me say this real. I text you about 15, 20, 30 minutes ago, told you I had to go, so I'm gonna have to sign off for right now. I didn't want to
Hey,
go.
my brother, listen, man, I appreciate you so much. The conversation is great. Thank you so much to all your subscribers and moderators, brother. Thank you for having me on your show. We always have great conversations, and I agree to
It
disagree,
might as well
brother.
be your show because I can't see nothing. I can't see no, the talks. I can't see. I'm just so it really don't matter, man. But I can't see nobody, right? Like how you looking at YouTube, they talk. I can't see none of them. I bet they say
No,
he ain't.
no, we got people. We got people here. We got Amy Conway. Big shout out to Amy Conway, Dolly, Michelle, Ali J. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. But again, brother, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Thank you for having me here on your show. And as always, man, whenever you need me, we always here and we always have great conversations. And agree to disagree. If the guy is guilty or not, we about to find out, brother.
Okay, guess what? You can send in some commissary money.
My brother. I appreciate you. Have a good day. All right, guys. Big shout out to everyone. Have a good night. Very appreciate it.